Returning as the White Primordial by Noru-Sensei Chapter 4. So, I'm meeting them again, so what? Sophia Karen Pov. It has been 20 years since Master's disappearance. Master's servant was free from her. No, I could still feel her, but Master's presence was weak. Ever since those 20 years, things have changed here in the demon realm. When Master was gone for a month, Ariel had decided that the 10th Demon Army's commander had changed. It was now under Felmina, Master's former vice commander. Sophia was now vice commander of the 10th Demon Army under orders of Ariel. I really don't like it, but I had no choice. I was currently at Felmina's office together with Faye. Faye and I became close friends after the Elf-Demon War. Currently she was visiting here, somehow along the years. Felmina and I became friends. We were enjoying our cups of tea for Felmina and Faye and coffee for me. Then all of a sudden Felmina spoke. "Say, Sophia." She called. "What?" I replied. "You said that you still feel a very weak presence of Master, right?" She asked. Yes, I do. I answered. "What do you think Master is doing right now?" She wondered. "Don't ask me." I causally word as I drink my cup of coffee. Then all of a sudden the room brightens up, all of us in the room present covered our eyes, as moments later, I felt that I landed somewhere in a ground. I then opened my eyes and saw an unfamiliar woman with waist-long white hair and crimson-red eyes wearing a white blazer with white polo and necktie. But there is something that I had noticed. Is it just me? Or it feels like Master is here. That's not possible, right? As I looked around to my surroundings, I saw Felmina was staring at this individual. Then I saw Wrath, surprisingly the ex-demon lord Ariel, Balto the current demon lord, and the rest of the 10th Demon Army. I was so surprised to see Ariel again. She supposedly died 18 years ago, 2 years after Potimus's defeat. From what Ariel told me from then, she used her lifespan to defeat one of Potimus's ultimate weapon. Now that I'm seeing her expression that was confused but at the same time a nostalgic expression looking at this person. Others were confused or staring at her. Then I saw 2 other women walking up to her. They both were wearing a plain white maid uniform. The first one had a blue short hair, another's a green long hair. As they saw us, they were amazed but didn't say anything. "I know for sure that you were wondering how did you ended up here, and I'm also sure that you don't recognize me. For starters, I'm the one who summoned you here," she said with a familiar tone of voice. That way she speaks. I'll introduce myself in my new identity. I'm Testarossa, as I said earlier. I'm the one who summoned you here. Don't worry, nor Ghoulie Julie will ever notice that you're gone, since I placed an exact clone of you each still doing what you're supposed to do, she added. "What do you mean by new identity?" Finally, the former demon lord Ariel asked. "That's the only clue I'll ever give, Ariel," she said in an ever-familiar tone of voice. Master," I muttered. "Oh, you seem to notice me after all," she said with a small smile. "That way you speak. Shiro?" Ariel then slowly recognized her. "I know you have a lot of questions. And yes, I'm formerly known as Shiraori. Now I was reincarnated as known as Primordial Demon representing white. There are other 6 Primordial Demons, the other 2 were with me." Master first explained as she signaled the green-haired and blue-haired woman in maid uniform to come closer to her. And they did, both of them came closer to her and just stood beside her. On my left the blue short-haired woman is named Rain. She is the blue Primordial Demon. On my right, the green-haired woman is named Mizari. She is the Verter, green Primordial Demon. As she introduced them, they bowed their heads in a polite way. Does that mean Master had both of the Primordial Demons under her? I thought in disbelief. Vampy, if you're thinking that I had both of the Primordial Demons in my command, they chose to follow me. Also I'm the strongest amongst the other 4 Primordial Demons," said Master as she reads my mind. I was there left dumbfounded. Then all of a sudden, Ariel came to her and hugged her instantly. Others, including Wrath meanwhile were kneeling in front of her. Of course there are some that were very surprised to see Ariel alive yet again. I then looked at Felmina who was confused but at the same time happy. I was like that at first, but I already felt that it was Master herself right in front of us. "Just where were you for the past 20 years? You all made us worried, and not that I'm really worried, but still." After a couple of moments, Master invited us inside a building. There were seems to be soldiers in there. I could see that they were saluting or bowing their heads low to her. I then noticed some of those soldiers had a confused or, "I don't know who you people are with our commander," expressions on their faces. As we arrived at that building, I could tell it was newly built. It was almost as if a church in here. What the hell, master? If you are thinking that this is church-like, then you are right. There is a reason for this is why, said master. I just nodded and didn't say anything as I followed her. Then few moments later, we went through a secret passage that was hidden in the back chapel area. As we arrived, there were 20 vacant chairs, those very out-of-place high-tech gadgets, etc. Most were surprised by this, even I in wrath. Now, go and pick a chair to sit on, said master. All of us present picked our chairs, mainly the position we want to seat. It was like those I see in the movies when I was still Shoko Negishi back on Earth. It was a conference room that we're currently in. Now we're waiting on what master will say. Testarossa Pav. We were currently inside the secret conference room of the Imperial Holy Court mages. As they already chose their seats, I began to explain a lot of things. This is going to be tiresome. Hey Mizar, can you be my replacement? But the stares from the crowd says that I better be the one to explain? I hate this. It was like from that time after the Elf-Demon War. But again, I have no choice, I have to do it, huh? I then resigned myself and explained to them from the moment that bastard Ghoulie Julie Sudden fought with me, then the opportunity to escape D, how I got reincarnated as a human, again. How I live my life on Earth, having a younger brother named Mikami Satoru, how I died via car accident, and finally how I got back here as the White Primordial. But I left them out that I was a right hand of a certain dragon. Of course both Mizari and Rain also heard about this. They were actually very interested but didn't show it since they were playing as my maids. Don't misunderstand it, I see them as my siblings, but it's what they want to treat me as their master, so I let them be. Also, Azazeru-kun explained to me that since I named both Mizari and Rain, we already have a master-servant relationship. Then as I ended my explanation, they got so many questions, it was a pain in the ass. Then finally, after for a long time, it was finally time to discuss my offer to them. Greater than Mizari, it's finally time to discuss that offer I had to them. Less than I told her via open double angle bracket thought communication close double angle bracket. Less than at once, Testarossa-sama. Greater than, she replied. I then went to my seat and sat on it. Now it was Mizari who was explaining the offer I had in mind. What was the offer? To be a Imperial Holy Court mages. This would be fine as I thought of it as their new lives in this world. As Mizari's explanation ended, they were silent for a couple of minutes, then they said that they would agree. I then gave them the uniform, and a special identification pin with their representative number in there. Here is the update list on Imperial Holy Court mages. Unknown currency Holy Mage Operative number 0, the Devotional Protégé, Sophia Karen. Holy Mage Operative number 1, the White Empress, Testarossa, Toshiro. Filled Diamond Holy Mage Operative number 2, the Beatific Adjutant, Ariel. Heart Suit Holy Mage Operative #3, the Virescent Right Hand, Mizari. Spade Suit Holy Mage Operative number 4, the Azure Left Hand, Rain. Club Suit Holy Mage Operative number 5, Holy Mage Operative number 6, the Celestial Wiseman, Balto. Hollow Diamond Holy Mage Operative #7 inches, the Angelic Scout, Felmina. Heart Holy Mage Operative number 8, the Righteous Divine Oni, Sasajima, Wrath, Kiyoya. Holy Mage Operative number 9, the Seraphic Diligence, Marizofis. Holy Mage Operative number 10, the Sanctified Savvy, Walled Atmos. Holy Mage Operative #11, the Divine Adventurer, Ale. Holy Mage Operative #12, the Empyrean Mystifying Beauty, Riel. Holy Mage Operative #13, the Venerated Impish Bell, Fiel. Holy Mage Operative #14, the Virtuous Pliant, Sal. Then the rest of the former 10th Demon Army were part of 1st Imperial Holy Court Mage Corps, and were given different uniform from us. Imperial Holy Court Mages. It still has the same white aspect, but it's not a white blazer but a white Imperial uniform with their cloaks. Then a few months passed by, I forgot to tell you. I evolved Ariel, Balto, Sophia, Felmina, Marizofis, Wrath, Ale, Riel, Fiel, and Sal. They already evolved into deities to their respective race. Apparently they had lost their power once I teleported them here. According to Azazeru-kun, the only way to get back their powers was to evolve them, and so I did as what my manas said. Currently I was drinking tea since I want to. But then I got a open double angle bracket thought communication close double angle bracket from Veldanava. Less than Testarossa, come here to the Heavenly Palace. It's time for you to meet Feldway and the others. Greater than said Veldanava. Greater than all right, I'm coming. Greater than I replied. I then said to both Rain and Mazari that I'll be going back to the Cardinal World for a bit to check on things via open double angle bracket thought communication close double angle bracket. Then I teleported myself to the Heavenly Palace. As I arrived there are 7 angels and Veldanava himself. Those must be the primordial angels. I'm glad you could make it, Testarossa, said Veldanava as he was sitting on his throne. I just looked at him and went to my designated seat which was beside him. Isn't that supposed where the queen would seat? No, I'm imagining things. Of course, since I was his right-hand woman, it's normal for me to be seated there. No, it's not. No matter how much you look at it, it seems like I'm the queen there. You know, if you're that much uncomfortable you can just stand beside me, he said. Then why didn't you said that in the first place? I retorted. Naiwa. I just can't. I then went beside him standing. Meanwhile all of the primordial angels were looking at me. Please don't stare at me that much. Welcome to Heavenly Palace, Testarossa-sama, said by the man who looks almost like Veldanava. I was bewildered by this. What, me? Sama? Why is this angel giving respect to me? It seems you are confused, Testarossa. Since I appointed you as my right-hand woman, you're second in terms of power and position, just next to me, he said with a cheerful expression. I then just gave him a deadpan expression. What? Don't look at me like that. It's part of your job. He casually said. It looks like I'll be here for a while. And I don't like it. Now that they had saw me and know my name, can't I just go now? No? Naiwa.